Let's make spaghetti together. Or, well, the Iranian version of spaghetti. Welcome to Iranian One, where me and my mom get up to all kinds of things and take you along for the ride. We'll start by slicing up some onions. Now pour some vegetable oil into the pan and start frying your onions. While it's frying, add your turmeric powder and black pepper and cinnamon. Cinnamon might be more of a family thing than a culture thing. I mean, Iranians do usually use a lot of cinnamon in a lot of things, but using it in macaroni might be a family thing. Just look at me calling it a macaroni without meaning to. It's like the perfect example of a food and a word going to another language and getting a completely new meaning that's like kind of related to the original meaning. Next, we're going to add some water to make the onions cook better. We're trying to use as little oil as possible to make the food healthier, and that's why we're using water right now. You can cook the onions in water first and then fry them as well. Next, my mom added some tomato paste, which we forgot to fill. And then make sure to aggressively get everything off your spatula. While that's cooking, fill up a pot with some water and bring it to a boil. Now, after some convincing, so here my mom is telling me, did you see what happens when I don't break the pasta? And I'm like, yeah, it's fine, but it's going to get submerged eventually. And she's trying to like force it to submerge with a tiny wooden spatula. The spatula is adorable. Honestly, this dish is a very special dish for me because it's like the only non-traditional Iranian dish that my grandma knows how to make, and she always makes it when it's like me and my cousins and my uncles and all of us, like all of the families together, because the kids like the like foreign food. Meanwhile, the spatula. Ah, I'm dying. I've been drowned. Don't leave me alone. When the pasta went soft like this, we washed it with some warm water. The mist must be the enemy Nin's jutsu. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. It was a Naruto reference. I stop now. Now this is the part that gets purely Iranian. We poured some oil to the bottom of our pot and layered it with potatoes. And then we layered our pasta and the sauce on top of it, as you can see in the video. We also added more turmeric and cinnamon. Those potatoes, when they're done, they're to die for. I mean, literally that's like the part of the food that everyone wants. Now we're going to mix up the layers to make sure that the sauce is consistent throughout the whole thing. If you have extra potatoes that you couldn't line at the bottom of the pan, you can put them at the top. Try these potatoes and tell us how you felt about them. Were they good? It's time to get some pickled vegetables. They're so good with the macaroni, it's like amazing. Pickled garlic goes really well with it as well, but unfortunately we didn't have any, so we're just going to eat it with pickled vegetables, which is also really good. So, since you've watched this far, you might like our other videos as well. We make all kinds of stuff about Iran and Iranian culture, so please consider subscribing. Thank you. Do you see the way these potatoes look? Just looking at them makes my mouth water. Like I said, to die for. And we can finally eat it. By this point, I was really hungry, and my mom was like, "Tell them how you feel," and I couldn't even pick up the food with the fork because the fork was in my left hand. God, so embarrassing.
من فرق نمیکنه بخور بعد با ترشی هم بخور.
It's really good. Check out our other videos over here, and see you in the next video.